voices raised a flame to the sacred track where legends stood so tall. We journey on together, answering the call. In unison we stand, with hope in every chest. For in this shared pursuit, we strive to be our best. Oh, sing the praises of the road, the friends we keep in this grand adventure, through valleys wide and deep. With hearts united, hear the Rattlers song. In Belgium's hills we'll sing our journey long. Oh, Rouge rises, daring hearts to take flight. Through mist and thunder, we embrace the night. The swoosh rejoices where dreams ignite like fire. Through every twist and turn we rise. We never tire, together bound in a race. Our spirits intertwine. Oh, true freedom dance, a love of true freedom we find. Oh, sing the praises of the road, the friends we keep in this grand adventure, through valleys wide and deep. With hearts united, hear the Rattlers song. In Belgium's hills we'll sing our journey long. So here's to the moments shared beneath the sky. In unity we race as limits drift and fly.
Tonight's commentary is from the one and only Gavin Basswan. He is a legend in his own head, but has not a bad spud. Have fantastic race and enjoys Gavin's top-class coverage of this fabulous race at Spa. Take it easy into the first corner and don't be a dickhead. Safe and clean racing, lads. Go on, Rattlers.
Finally, The Rock says, drivers, start your engine!
Engines crowd down the neon strip. Chrome fangs flash, we're primed to rip. Check-cutting moon in a silver sky. We live for the scream and the battle cry. Gasoline dreams, speed in our veins. Steel hearts pumping through lightning and rain. Tuesday night, the Rattlers fight. Burning rubber in the black moonlight. No brakes, no fear, just the road in sight. We're kings of the league on a Tuesday night. Oh, oh, oh. Helmets down, visor hides the eyes. Every turn's a dare, every lap surprise. Gasoline dreams, speed in our veins. through lightning and rain. Oh, Tuesday night, the Rattlers fight. Burning rubber in the black moonlight. No breaks, no fear, just the road in sight. We're kings of the league on a Tuesday night. Downshift to the edge, push it past the red. One wrong move and steel and lead. But we're rattlers, we were born to strike. Coiled in the dark till the green light strike. Final Tuesday night, the rattlers fight. Burning rubber in the black moonlight. No breaks, no fear, just the road inside. We're kings of the league on a Tuesday night. Engines fade, but the fire stays. Till next week, we'll haunt these days. This is Rattlers F1 racing beach, so let's get it on. This Carol Reptile.
Well, good evening, everybody. I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. Just doing my mic check as always. Let's just check that everything's working, then I can turn my Bluetooth off. Well, good evening, everybody. I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. Just doing my mic check. Yep, it's all good, and we are live at Spa in Belgium this evening with the Rattlers F1 League on a Tuesday night. Looks like a dry track at the moment, and an amazing entry tonight, and we're going to go through the drivers. We've got Jay Webber in the Red Bull, we've got Kashmiri in the Aston Martin. Witty Cheetah, welcome to the league, Witty Cheetah. I don't think I've done commentary on you before, but you're very, very welcome. He's driving the Kick this evening. We've got Wee22 in the Ferrari, and a friend of mine joining us tonight, the Dark Mark. Really good to see the Dark Mark here. He also has his own league on a Sunday night, and it's called the Sunday Drive, TSD. Really good guy, really clean racer. Be interesting to see how he does tonight at Spa. Oramus is driving the Haas tonight, and we've got Mike, another new fellow. Very, very welcome to the league. Done a bit of practicing earlier with the lads, and he's driving the Alpine tonight. In the Aston Martin, we've got Yuval. In the Racing Bull, we've got Patterson. we've got Regulator in the Red Bull, and we've got Apophis in the Racing Bull. Rendog, I haven't seen Rendog in here before, I don't think. Welcome, Rendog. He's driving the Alpine. The Garmin man, he's driving the McLaren this evening, along with Titron Sigma. He's his teammate this evening. And in the 15th on the list at the moment, we have got K3 Cayman. I don't think I've done commentary on you before either. So all very, very welcome. There's obviously been a lot of work going on in the background with the team and the administrators, and this league is certainly becoming a very popular one. So wishing everybody a really, really good drive tonight, and I will try and be on all of the action. Let's get some telemetry up, and let's get some lap data up, and let's get that mini map up. And we're on board with Witty Cheetah. Let's see him. Goes a bit wide there. He's on the grass. Into the tight right-hander he goes. Round that beautifully. Just off the throttle ever so slightly round this left-hander onto the rumble strip. Down the hill he goes. He's used an awful lot of battery, 27%. And I think he possibly has invalidated there. So we will go on and see who is on a lap. Aramas in the Haas. I'm a poet and I don't know it, but Aramas in the Haas is on a lap, and he's now going round that fragile left-hander. That needs a lot of care and attention. Down the hill he goes, and it's absolutely flying here. And I think Aramas is setting a fairly substantially good lap here in Spa Belgium tonight. Round that right-hander he goes, takes a little of the rumble strip, nice and carefully round there. Very easy to lose it there, and round the two right-handers before he gets on to the very fast section of this course in Spa. Let's see what his top speed can reach here tonight. Witty Cheetah puts in a 1:47.701, and Yuval has put in a 1:43.885. So Yuval at the moment in the Aston Martin has set a provisional pole position, but that's very provisional. Round the corner he goes. We're on board with Aramas. Good evening, Maverick. Nice to see you on board. So, Aramas sets a 1:43.292, and thank you very much, sir. I hope you enjoy if you continue to watch. On with Kashmiri. I'm just going to call you Kashimri. Over the line he goes, round this lovely right-hander. He has set a 1:42.498. So up the hill he goes. Very, very fast right hand, and the rain has just come on. What a spoiler for those who got late. Oh, what a spoiler. The guys that have been out on the very first section of this quali have benefited from the soft tire compounds, and now we are left with a wet track, and everybody is going to have to try a quali. If they even bother, that is, they're going to have to try a quali on intermediate tires. I'm on with Titron Sigma. All right, El Dexo, what about you, sir? Good to have you on. What a spoiler we've got here with the rain starting in the first 5 minutes of this quali. That has definitely put a bit of it on some of these lads. The Dark Mark has gone out on the soft tyres, but how's he going to manage those tyres? He's on an outlet at the moment, and we're just going to ride on board with our visitor tonight, and it's a very big welcome to the Dark Mark, to Rattlers League tonight. He's in it as a reserve. He's driving the Williams tonight, and I would honestly believe that this guy will be up there and thereabouts. He might even just back off as a bit of respect just because he's in as a reserve. I don't know, but he always races hard and he always races clean. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Dark Mark does tonight. Thank you everybody tonight for tuning in to this live race at Spa for the Rattlers F1 League. Quite a few people viewing tonight, and that is very much appreciated. And your chat is also very much appreciated. It's really good to see you in here. I seen Han Solo's name earlier. He's on holiday at the moment, but I think he might be just keeping one eye on the times here tonight and keeping me honest. Dark Mark goes into the right-hander, and I think he's going to try a lap on these softs, but it's going to be a difficult lap. Make no mistake about that. But over the line he goes, and he's going to set a lap here in the Williams. Let's stay on board with this Williams and see what he can do in the wet on the soft compound tyres. Takes that corner nice and carefully, and now just very, very gently gets on with it. Does, come on, Kashmiri. All gas, no brakes. Good evening, Dawes89. Lovely to see you on board. And Gavin Bass won, and it's brilliant to see you all in and interacting with everybody in this race. The rain seems to be getting a little heavier with only 8 minutes and 45 seconds to go. So all of those guys that have set a time there, especially the ones in the 142s and 143s, will be absolutely delighted with themselves that they actually posted a time before this rain started here in Belgium. Round the left-hander he goes. Oh, he's struggling for grip. He's fighting. Han Solo, hey yeah, should be a nicely mixed up grid due to the rain. Absolutely. It's anybody's race tonight. I'm not too sure if there's going to be rain in the race. Maybe if any of the drivers are listening, Dark Mark goes a little wide there, just loses a little bit of traction, but I don't think he went out of sight, out track limits, so I think he's still very much on a lap. 29% of that battery left, and he's pushing as hard as he possibly can on the softs. Gets that car nicely slowed down. DRS has been enabled, so that is telling, or was that disabled? Hello, Finn 2 Mav. Good to see you on board. Some spice for the racers. Absolutely a lot of spice here tonight, Finn. FN2 Mav. Definitely spice out there. What are the players thinking? I think that just said that it was disabled. So the Dark Mark didn't get a lap in there. He must have invalidated. So there's a chance Dark Mark will have to go out on the intermediate tyres, as some of the lads are now doing. We're on with Patterson, and Patterson's out on an out lap on the intermediates. So best getting out now if you think you can beat about a 146, 145 on those intermediate tyres, because I've got a feeling that the rain is just going to get heavier here tonight. He'll be wanting to warm those intermediates up as much as he possibly can to get as much grip as he can, especially on these squirrely technical parts of this course here in Spa. One of the most famous circuits in the calendar for so many reasons. Beautifully designed track, lots of obstacles and lots of time that you can overtake. So I'm expecting some amazing battles here tonight between these lads. I'm so happy you didn't switch to me 2 minutes ago. So sorry, what is your name on the screen at the moment, El Dexo? I'm looking for your name. The reason why I'm asking is Twitch just puts up little messages. Oh, witty cheetah. Witty cheetah. Right, dead on. Gotcha. Did you have a little bit of a nightmare there? Let's see who's on a lap. Looks like Uville's on a lap, P7. He's on an out lap. But Patterson looks to be on a lap. He's on sector 1. He's on the intermediates. Can he beat a 1:44.620 on the intermediates? The answer is simply no. He's 3 seconds behind on sector 1 already. So there's not going to be any improvement on these laps. The Dark Mark has retired and he's been happy enough just to be here tonight, and he's going to go from the back of the grid. On with Jay Webber. He's trying to beat a 1:45. I can't see that happening. I really can't, but you never know. Look how carefully he has to take that right-hander. This rain has just played havoc here tonight, and it's just really, really thrown a curveball into this qualifying session here with the Rattlers F1 League in Spa. The rain is really coming down now, and just look there, he's 10 seconds behind. So it's a pretty pointless exercise. 2 minutes and 51 seconds to go, and I don't think anybody is going to better those times that they've already set this evening. I think more than anything, the guys are just going out for sighting laps, and they are just trying to get a wee bit more of an idea of what they can do on the corners, how much they can take the corners, how much of the rumble strips they can actually take. But right now, I don't think there's anybody on that grid are going to better their times that they've already set this evening. Welcome K-Max for stopping in P16 there at the moment. He's on an out lap, so let's just ride on board with him. He came in late. Good to see him here. On with K-Max. Up that famous hill he goes. Oh, he really needs to get that one right. Oh, he got very squirrely on that. He done very, very well to save that. That car was wanting to go a different direction, so he had to actually steer in an opposite direction to keep that car on track. That was a beautiful save there in this Williams car tonight of K-Max. Down the hill he goes. He's been using a fair bit of battery, so he's pushing quite hard, and he's trying to get the very, very best lap he can possibly get in under these conditions. Oh yeah, that is nice. That is really nice. That's the best he can do round that left-hander. This is where you can pick up a lot of pace here, and he gets that really steady. Hugs that corner as tight as he dare, and now onto that fast part of the straight he comes. Even in the intermediate tires, he's approaching 188 miles per hour. He just loses a little pace there, and he'll squeeze that ERS to get the most out of it here and try and get it back. Oh wow, where did that car from? That wasn't good. So there you are, 1:59.480, and that is more or less your quali finished this evening. I really don't think there's anybody out there is going to be able to do anything about those times. What an unfortunate way to start the Q1 here in Spa this evening. But these things happen. If you're an F1 racer, a sim racer, you have to be prepared for the unexpected, and the unexpected has most definitely done its job tonight. So running down those drivers, we've got W22 in the Ferrari in P1. Titron Sigma is in P2 in the Aston Martin. In P3, we've got K3 Cayman, and he's driving the Mercedes. Apophis is in the Racing Bull, and he's positioned in 4th place at the moment. Oramas is in the Haas this evening, and he is in P5. In the Alpine, we've got Rendog 88, and he's in P6. Yuval is in the Aston tonight, and he's in P7. Patterson in the Racing Bull is in P8 with a 1:44.620. Garmin driving the McLaren, he's in P9, and Regulator is in the Red Bull in P10. Cash is 11th in the Aston Martin, and Jay Webber's in 12th in the Red Bull. Then we've got the newcomer Mike, he's in the Alpine tonight, and he qualified in P13. The kick of Witty Cheetah, he is in P14, and K-Max is in P15. The Dark Mark, who is a guest tonight and driving as a reserve, and remember, he has his own league on a Sunday night, and it's called the Sunday Drive. Great little league. Not too sure they're looking for drivers at the moment, but I'm sure if you contacted him, he will keep you in mind, or even if you wanted a reserve seat on a Sunday night. So that's the Dark Mark, and he is going to start from the back of the grid this evening, and I wish him the very, very best of luck here in Spa, Belgium tonight. For anyone who's just tuned in, this is the Rattlers F1 Racing League on a Tuesday night. I'm Gavin Bass 1, and we're in Belgium, Spa, in that famous circuit with all of those very, very famous corners. So your qualifying is over, and the guys are now going to start thinking about what the heck they're going to do in this race this evening. I've already called out the race, the grid positions, but there you go. They're all there to see, right down to 16. Lovely to see the grid really starting to fill up now on a Tuesday night, and that is credit to your owners and administrators, and doing a lot of advertising and getting people really bought in to this new league, Rattlers F1 Racing League. Nice bit of background music going on as my wife watches her binge watching these different series. As we live in a little holiday home and we're both in the same room, so all's going on. She gives me dirty looks, I give her dirty looks. I ask her to turn the TV down, she asks me to shut my mouth. But the guys are on the grid and they are faced with a wet race here to start with. So this is Spa in Belgium, one of the most famous courses on the calendar. It's also one of the most longest circuits in the calendar at 4.352 miles long. The pit stop lost time is approximately 19.3 seconds, and that includes your 2.5 seconds pit stop time. And obviously that is longer if you're unfortunate to have some repairs. There's a 63% safety car probability tonight and only a 13% chance of a virtual safety car. But that just might have gone up slightly in the wet conditions depending on how careful these lads are. And we've got a race start here in the formation lap as they now pull off. That to me doesn't look like terribly heavy rain. So is this rain going to go off quite quickly? 4 very, very famous turns here this evening. Turn 1 is called La Source. Then you've got that turn 2 and 3, which is all rouge. And then you've got Le Combes, and that is turn 5 and 6. And then the famous final 18th and 19th turn is now called the bus stop. So riding on board with each driver, we 22 in the Ferrari, in 1. In 2, we've got Titron Sigma in the McLaren. Third position tonight in that Mercedes is K3 Cayman. Fourth, driving the Racing Bull, is Apophis. In the Haas, right behind him, is Oramas. Driving the Alpine is Rendog 88, and he's in 6th position. 7th, on board the Aston Martin this evening, is Juvel. And then Patterson in the Racing Bull. Right behind him in 9th position, we've got Garmin 92. And the Red Bull of Regulator in P10. In P11, we've got Cash in the Aston Martin. And then we've got Jay Webber, who is the owner of this racing league and somebody that I speak to quite a bit at the moment. He's given me quite a lot of encouragement and a lot of help to try and develop this league into something quite special. And I hope that we can definitely do that with the help of all of you guys helping to promote it. Then we've got Mike, the newcomer this evening. He's a good guy by the sounds of it, and I'm going to be watching him very closely to see how he does on his debut tonight with the Rattlers F1 League. He's driving the Alpine in P13. Then we've got Witty Cheetah. I think his real name is X-Flow or something. I can't remember. I'm getting awfully confused at my old age, but he's driving the Kick Sub tonight. And then in 15th position, we've got K-Max Verstappen, and he's in the Williams. And then right back, and last but absolutely definitely not least, he's going to be fighting through the grid. In that Williams, we've got the Dark Mark 21. So there you go. There's a roundup of your drivers. There we have the telemetry up. There we have the lap data up. Everything set for this race start at Spa in Belgium. Once again, I'm Gavin Bass 1. This is Spa in Belgium, and this is your Rattlers F1 Racing League on a Tuesday night. As the last of the guys ready up, and look at Webber and Mike, they have both not parked particularly well this evening. The tension is very, very evident. 1 light, 2, 3, 4, 5. Greens, here we go, and it's a start at Spa, and they're off. That rain definitely does seem to be easing, and it looks like we has got a good start in the Ferrari, and I'm just going to get round every single person round that corner. They're trying to keep it as clean and as tidy as they possibly can, and they seem to do that as they go up the very, very famous En Rouge. Great start, lads. Witty Cheetah gets an absolutely incredible start, and he gets a 5-position jump from P14 right up into P9 there on the first few corners. So a great start there. Obviously there's no tyre stoppages at the moment, and right now everybody is on the intermediate compound tyre for this wet conditions. But just look, I think that rain is definitely backing off, and we have set the stage for another fabulous race here tonight with the Rattlers. Let's see who's making those moves. Very hard to make moves in the wet. But there you have it. That Ferrari is being chased down by Titron Sigma in the McLaren. K3 Cayman, Apophis, Oramus, Patterson, Rendog, all in those positions with Witty Cheetah in 8th. And look at that move. We'll get to the little squirrely round there. Oh, around that corner they go. That Alpine has to go very wide there. And that was Mike. Mike had to drop back into P11. He's in the inside. And they all slow down beautifully round there to let everybody get away. All they need to do now is just get a little bit of separation and start to get their confidence in and start to set some very clean and fast laps as they can on these intermediate. Oh, there's somebody off. That looks like Jay Webb. Oh, no, it's not. It's the Williams. The Williams of K-Max Verstappen has definitely binned it, and we've now got a caution. I don't know if that caution is a safety car or is that going to be a virtual or maybe just a caution. Let's just see. I wish the game would flash it up. But right now, everybody's going to have to look after their deltas and make sure they don't exceed those speeds that are set in stone. If they do, they get penalties. And right now, nobody is carrying a penalty. So it looks like they're off again. Or are they? It certainly doesn't look like a safety car at this moment. But K-Max has binned it. I don't know who he binned it with. But I'm looking just at these couple of back markers to make sure that they haven't had any damage. And right now, I can't spot any damage at all. It's a VSC, says Jordan. Thank you very much, sir. Virtual safety car. So Dark Mark has got himself from P16 into P12 in the first 2 laps. So he has gained quite a little, he's got 4 positions of a change and he's now sitting tight in behind regulator. Drive-through penalty for speeding on their virtual safety car. You will be raging at yourself for that, whatever happened there. But it is absolutely vital that you look at your deltas and make sure you don't overdo it. That race has got going again, and they're off. Just watching them coming around this corner, making sure everybody gets it nice and tightly. Oh, an Alpine goes into the wall there. Was that Rendog? No, it wasn't. It was Mike. Mike hits the wall on his debut, and he's had to go into the pits. Well, maybe it wasn't Mike. Gavin got a little confused there. A lot of people going on and getting changes done. There's a front wing going on to Witty Cheetah's car. So maybe it was Witty that went into the wall. I don't know. It looked very much like an Alpine on my stream. So Wee's leading the race at the moment. Titron Sigma in second. K3 Cayman is in third in the Mercedes. Apophis is in fourth in that Racing Bull. And Oramas in the Haas P5. Patterson's now in P6. Rendog is in P7 in that Alpine. And here we have Dark Mark, our visitor and our guest tonight as a reserve driver in the Williams, sitting in P8. So 8 positions up for the Dark Mark, and this should be very interesting to watch. Then we've got Jay Weber in P9 with Cash behind him, Garmin P11 and Mike in P12. Let's have a look at those stop situations. Witty Cheetah is the only guy that has had a stop this evening because he needed to change his front wing. Titron Sigma He's trying very hard to make a move on Wee. So these two are battling for P1 position at the moment on the track. I really do hope he gets the fastest lap this evening at 1:56.306, but there hasn't been too many laps to set a fast one yet, so I do think that will be beat very shortly. But that rain seems to be coming down quite heavily again, and there's no real chance of it backing off right now. So it's intermediates for now, no DRS for now, and I'm going to try and see if anyone's making a move. I'll go down to Garmin because he's in the Aston, or the McLaren, and he's going to try and make a move on this Aston Martin of Cash. And Cash is making that car as big and as wide as he possibly can up the hill, but he's tucking in behind, and I think we're going to see the move, and he makes that move beautifully, and he takes the Aston Martin, putting Garmin into P10. Lovely move. Everybody's separating out quite well now, and everybody is getting into their own pace. On the Ren Dog, he's in the Alpine, and he's chasing down Patterson in the Racing Bull, going into the section where it's quite technical. Has to really watch the traction there, and now he's going to squeeze a little, and he's going to try and get onto the back of this Racing Bull of Patterson. Round the left-hander he goes, takes a bit of the grass. Very, very much of a gamble that was, but he got away with it, and he's now gaining, and he wants to get as close to the gearbox as he can of Patterson so that he can maybe make a move on the fast part of this course, going down towards the start and finish grid after these two right-handers. Come on, Ren Dog, you can do it. Oh, there's your sign. He makes a mistake. Ren Dog's all over that like a rash. He's going to say, you make a mistake in front of me, I'm going to pay you very dearly for it. But look at that. Patterson picks himself up, and he definitely defends that mistake very, very well going into this chicane. Oh, he goes for an inside move, he makes it stick, and he just tries so hard to get the leg brakes on, and he just outbraked himself and lets Patterson go again. That was a class effort there. That could have ended up in tears, but the skill of that driver in the Alpine definitely showed that he knows what he's doing. Go ahead there, Ren Dog. That was a great try. On with a Poppus. Cayman weaving there, trying to keep a Poppus out of the slipstream, trying to do everything he possibly can to slow this Racing Bull down, to make sure that he doesn't get too close. Sorry, I'm starting to get the hiccups. I had a real mad race last night as well. A fabulous race. I was nearly hoarse at the end of it, and now it looks like we might just be getting another one tonight. Oh, he gets a little squirrely out front. A Poppus will be taking note. He'll have the little diary out. He'll have his administrator saying, just jot that down, going into turn 15 and 16, whatever that is. This guy's making mistakes, and he's going to pay the price. And here goes the move on the outside. He's side by side with the Mercedes. Look at these two go round this left-hander. This is a battle. This is absolutely a drag race. Can a Poppus do it? He certainly can. He's holding him off lovely now. Into the chicane they go. And K3 Cayman wants that position back. Will he try it on the next fast part? Into the very tight right-hander they go. I'm going to jump down with Cash here because Cash is getting very close to Mike, and I think Cash just might have a go here. Mike's doing very well here in P11. Nice on the brakes, takes as much as that corner as he can, and this is his opportunity to try and get onto the back of this Alpine of Mike. He's in P11. On with Ren Dog, have to go on with Ren Dog. Ren Dog's trying. He's really pushing Patterson to the limits here. It's Alpine versus Racing Bull. Very, very difficult to make moves on this part of the track. So he might just keep patient and try and stay as close as he possibly can. He's just searching for mistakes, and he'll pounce on them like a cheetah. And here goes that cheetah on the outside. Can he make it work? Side by side round the right-hander. He'll try a switchback. It's not, he's run out of room for the switchback. A nice try, but no cigar. Oh, he goes wide. And look who's coming behind. It's the dark mark. 1:56.062 is the fastest lap for Yi in the Ferrari. Well done, sir. The dark mark's taking notes as well. He's watching the antics of Patterson and Rendog in front, and he'll be waiting. He's a canny character, is this dark mark, and I'll tell you what, he knows exactly what he's planning to do, about 2 laps ahead of himself. Up on Rouge he goes. There's the mistake he was looking for. He's going to pounce on that. Not this time, he's not. He's going to play the patient game. Massive separation on the track now. On McGarman. He's in the McLaren. He's chasing down Jay Webber. Jay Webber on that Red Bull is trying his damnedest to keep that car from not squirreling about on the track. And while he made a couple of those little tiny mistakes, Garmin in the McLaren has just safely got himself closer to the back of the Red Bull. So opportunities everywhere, but very, very, very difficult ones. He hits the brakes nice and late there. He's definitely gaining, and Garmin has got Jay Webber firmly in his sights now. Going round the 2 right-handers and onto this fast part. Jay Webber's going to defend for his life here. ...188 miles per hour on a set of intermediates going down the fastest part of the track. 57% of the battery left, and he's seeing a lot of... Oh, there's one off. That's the Mercedes of Cayman. Cayman has squirreled it, and he just might have to reset himself and go into the pits and say to himself, right, I'm going to get another set of tyres on here. I'm going to reset myself and have another go. Patterson and Cayman both in the pits. What's going on behind him? What happened there? Oh, I think this lad is going to have to retire. I think he's got a puncture. He's absolutely limping into the pits here, and he's holding everybody. Is he going to hold? He's holding the Aston Martin back. Yes, he's got an absolute blowout there, and this is frantically distressing that Aston Martin driver of Cash behind him. He can't overtake on the pit lane, so he has to sit tight in behind. So that's unfortunate there, and nothing much can be done about it. On with Jay Webber. On with Mike, in fact. Mike's trying to make a move. Mike's having a fantastic debut race here tonight with the Rattlers, and as he's chasing down the McLaren off Garmin. Nice little battle going on between these two lads. He goes wide, and oh, what? No, that was a glitch, sorry. Managing his throttle very, very nicely round those tight bends. Into the right-hander he goes. He's praying for that McLaren just to make the tiniest of mistakes, but no mistakes coming from Garmin. Garmin gets the traction right down on that McLaren, and he's sending it. But you know what? Mike's going well. Apophis is in the pits. He's wanting a new set of tyres. And Mike decides to go into the pits as well. So lots of tyre changes going on now. Some people have gone out on the hard tyres, so they must know something that I don't know. So the rain must be stopping, and they're taking the gamble, and they're going out on the hard tyres very, very early. Successful pit stop for Mike, and Mike then goes on to another set of intermediates. He doesn't fancy the hards, but Darkmark has decided to go on the hards. Cash has decided to go on the hards. Heyman has decided to go on. So has Yuval, and so has Witty Cheetah. So all of those lads, including Darkmark, have all gone on to those hard tyres, and they're going to swirl around because they must know that the race is coming, or the rain is coming to an end. So that might be a masterstroke if they can keep it on track. But just look at that kick, fighting for grip. He might get a track limit. Has there been any penalties so far? Not that I can see. Oh, he gets the brakes a bit late there. He's just limping round that corner. Gets a bit squirrely on the curb as well. And you can see that the traction is just not quite where it needs to be yet on those hard compound tyres. Going to bounce on with Patterson. He's trying against Webber. He's trying an inside move. He makes it work. He gets the braking perfectly right there, and Jay Webber lets that position go quite easily. Is Jay Webber carrying damage, or was that just... Let's see the front wing of that car. No, Yep, he's fine. That's good. I thought maybe Jay Webber had a slight problem there because that overtake looked very easy, but probably just him being mannerly and letting the guy through. On with the Darkmark. Oh, what a beautiful outside move for the Darkmark. A real bit of class shown there. And he just shows Jay Webber what the heck. Jay Webber will be going, what in the name of Lord was that? Was it a bird? Was it a plane? No, it wasn't. It was Darkmark, and he's now into P6 in the Williams. Apophis is just nipped out in front of him, but Apophis is going to get taken here. Up All Rouge they go. Carbon flying everywhere. Absolutely amazing shot, that. Nicely into the right-hander. 1:55.893 for Cash. So these lap times are starting to go down, and I think the rain is off. So the next thing we're going to see is the DRS being enabled. So I honestly believe people are going to have to start going to think about getting off those tyres. Darkmark looks as if he's going to make a move here on Apophis, and does so. He makes it stick beautifully, and Apophis is following him right behind. Come on, Cash, says Dawes. Give it some. Let's just ride on board with Cash. Where is he? Let's see. He's in 12th. Oh, he's all out on his own at the moment. He's in P12. But everybody apart from Garmin's in P3 at the moment, and he's still on those intermediates. So I dare say we're going to see him coming in. Into the pits he will go. Yes, he does. Quite a few viewers here this evening. Everybody is more than welcome. Come on, give us a bit of your chat. Tell me who you think's going to win this race. What's your predictions, lads? Give me your 1, 2 and 3 in no particular orders. There's your stops. Now, where's Garmin going to come out? He's now on the medium tyre, so he's trying something slightly different, and out he comes onto the track in P7. Battle going on in front here. McLaren versus Ferrari. And look at Titron Sigma. He has shown we the way, and ye will just follow and get back onto the back. 152.828 for Cayman K3. So now starting to happen. So Cayman's showing a little bit of pace, so let's just go down to this P13 car, and he's now making the overtake on that Aston Martin, and he's going to try and get round in the inside, and he does. He makes it stick, but that Aston Martin of Cash is not going away, and we've now got a little battle here for P12. On with Cash. We now have a dry track here in Spa, lap 12 of lap 22, and I think we are going to have a phenomenal end to this race as the lads now get prepared for DRS activation, and that's when we're going to see some moves. 152.592 for a Poppus. These fastest laps are coming down and down and down, and you're going to see those in the 146s very, very shortly. Back on with the dark mark. P6. Beautiful bit of driving there. Really nice gear changes. Makes that car work. And he's chasing down one of the faster guys in this league. Lovely to see Dark Mark mixing it up with some of the fastest guys in this Rattlers League. He'll be enjoying this because there's nobody loves a battle like the Dark Mark, and he is right in one now with one of the better guys and one of the fastest guys, and he will have a lot of fun here. On with Jay Webber. Jay Webber is having a chase with Patterson again. So these two there's no love lost. This is racing at its best, and they won't care. They're going to try and get that position done. Jay Webber, Titron Sigma, gets it down now to a 151.392. So there's your fastest lap, and now I'm going to have a look at the position changes. There you go. Dark Mark, 10 positions up from P16 to P6. 3 up for Webber, 3 up for Mike, and 2 up for Aramas, and 3 for Rendog. Titron Sigma is in pole position right now at the moment, P1, and he's up 1 from his second place start. The biggest loser tonight so far, unfortunately, is Yuval, and he's 7 places down. Cayman K3 is 7 places down, and that was because of an incident that he possibly was involved with at the beginning of the race. Here goes the battle. On with Jay Webber. That DRS activation, he's made a move because, oh, look at these two guys. We've got a drag race. Will he have a go here? No, he won't, because I'll tell you why. He's got no battery. So he's going to have to harvest, and he's going to have to gather some of the energy up there. Stick it into zero mode there, boys, and just get that battery built up and get that patience built up and make your moves. Patterson's got 57% the battery to defend, so Patterson's in no panic here. Oh, what a move in the inside. Webber makes it stick, and off he goes. Webber makes a beautiful move and takes that mistake in hand and gets that position change into P8. Great stuff here. Nice battle, and that battle will continue. On with Rendog. What's he doing? Titron Sigma sticks in a 150 on the button, so they're now approaching under 150 lap times. Where do you see whenever the DRS, let me see if the DRS has been activated or not. I'm not too sure. Lap 14 at 22. Now we're down into the 149. the fastest lap in that Visa Cash App car. We still don't have DRS, so the men in the suits with the tie, they'll be sitting in there with their little suits and ties on and their little badges on their lapels, and they're called the stewards, and they will be saying, sorry, too dangerous at the moment for DRS. We might press the button this lap. And on with Patterson. Patterson's trying to get that place back off Webber. And I think he's going to make it stick, and he does, and he makes that move on the Red Bull. So class little battle going on between Patterson and Webber here. That's going to be a battle to the finish if they can both keep it on the track. On way of Poppus. He's now chasing down Rendog. Dark Marks 2.8 seconds behind him. Now into the 14.8s, 148.629, sorry. Way in the Ferrari in P2 at the moment. And I'll tell you what, there's a battle going on at the front, so let's have a look at that battle. We want it. Up on Rouge they go. Takes up beautifully. He's got pace. And the DRS has been activated, so we've got DRS, and here comes the move on the outside of that beautifully livered McLaren. Into the right-hander he goes, but he's got T-Tron Sigma right behind him, and there's going to be a real chase on here. Lap 15 of 22 here in Spa, Belgium. This is the Rattlers F1 Racing League on a Tuesday night. A very young league and a very fast-growing league, and anybody who's watching are more than welcome to enroll and get themselves a seat in this league. This league is going to be something quite special when it gets going, because the owner is super enthusiastic and he has a fabulous team of administrators around him who really do care. A Poppus P5. Just going to have a look at these tyre positions here. There you go. I think everybody on those hard tyres are on the last tyres of the evening. I think they're going to run them right to the end of the race, because there's only, 6 laps to go? So positions at the moment, P1. We've got Wee in P1, and he has pulled away a second from Titron Sigma in the McLaren in P2. He's back into the DRS zone there. Quite a bit behind, we've got Aramis in P3 in the Haas. But look behind him, he's got Rendog in the Alpine chasing him down, along with Apophis in P5 in that Racing Bull. The Dark Mark has lost a bit of time there on those hard tyres in the Williams. And then you've got Garmin in P7 on the medium compound tyres. Jay Webber and Patterson still at it. And look at the moves going on here. Unbelievable going on here. Battle after battle these two lads are having. Side by side they go up this hill. Oh, goodness gracious. There was a bit of touching going on there, but it was just a racing touch. It was nothing sinister whatsoever. But tell you what, Jay Webber has got a problem on his hands here. Oh, somebody goes onto the grass, and he will be very, very lucky not to lose it. He just about saved that there. That was Patterson on the grass. He's needing to settle himself down and get those tyres back to normal again. But what a little battle going on here. Oh, frantic stuff here in Spa this evening. So I was running down those leaders, and I'm going to do it again. In P1, we out by a second. Titron Sigma P2 in the McLaren. Aramas in the Haas in P3. Rendog P4 with Apophis right behind him, and the Dark Mark a little bit behind there as well in P6. Garmin is in the medium tyres, 5 laps old, and he might have to change those. No, he probably just end them out to the end of the race. He's in the McLaren. Then you have Mike, a P8 so far for Mike. He's a newcomer this evening on his debut in the Alpine, and he's doing a phenomenal job. Hats off, take a bow, Mike, and welcome to Rattlers F1 League. I'm looking forward to seeing you here every week and watching you improve. Jay Webber, the owner of the league, P9 in the Red Bull, and he's been fighting all night with Patterson in that Racing Bull in 10th position. Regulator, haven't given you much love tonight at all, bud. Sorry, there's been just so much separation, but there you have you. You're trying away there, and you're trying as best as you can, but you're all out on your own. You've got no tow, you've got no DRS, and you're a lonely little chap tonight. In P12, we've got K3 Cayman, and he is in that Mercedes, and he's chasing down Regulator if he can. Then we've got Cash. We've got a couple of Cash fans on the stream tonight, and they were rooting for Cash, but unfortunately, Cash is in P13, and he will not make too much more of a progress this evening, I don't think. Then we've got Yuval in 2 lap old mediums. He now is 15 seconds behind in that Aston Martin. And last but not least, we've got Witty Cheetah, and he's right at the back in the kick. Ooh, Aramas. Very evident that Aramas wants this P3 position. Rendog's going to have to survive here. Let's see if he can do it. Right behind him, he's got Apophis chasing. So there's a real good wee race of 3 guys here. Up this En Rouge they'll go. Let's see them up it. Will we get the helicopter view? Yeah, we sort of do. I think that's a grandstand view there. Beautiful view of them coming up that En Rouge hill. And look at this. Look at this. Apophis is going on the outside, and he takes the Haas. And he's now into P4, and he's now going to chase down Rendog in P3. And Rendog, you have got a wing mirror full of this Haas now, or sorry, this Racing Bull, and you've got a real problem on your hands. So Rendog, let's have you. Let's see the best defending you can in that Alpine. Lap 18 of 22 here in Spa. We're at it again. Look at these 2 battling. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Look, that's Cayman taking Regulator actually. But look at in front of them. Unbelievable battle going on here between these 3 lads. I think I've caught a few of them, but Yi puts in the fastest lap of 1:46.600. So Yi is now pulled away, and I think you're going to be looking at your race leader here in that Ferrari. Titron Sigma is still in second. Rendog is in third. But look who's coming behind him. It's Aramas. Apophis is in P3. He's now leading that peloton. Will we see a move up the hill by Rendog? Has he got the pace up this famous hill? En Rouge, here we come. Can he get close enough for DRS? He's only got 22% of the battery, but he just might be able to make the move here. He's trying, he's squeezing, but he's going to get held off. All 3 of them round there safely. Jay Webber, here we go again. More battling going on with Jay Webber. Jay Webber takes Mike, and Mike's having a look at Jay Webber, and Jay Webber, go ahead Mike, go ahead Mike. Absolute classic move there by the Alpine. but he's got the Racing Bull in the inside of Patterson, but he's holding his ground. He's keeping it clean. Oh, there's a wee nip there, but it was nothing sinister whatsoever. Nice move, Mike, and well done. I don't think there'll be too many complaints about that. That was just a little racing incident. No damage caused, no harm done, I don't think. Again, not my place, but if somebody has a problem, they'll soon let you know about it. Lap 20 of 22. 2 more laps to go here in Spa, and I'm just trying to hook out the battles, and Aramis is now on the back of Red Dog, or Ren Dog once again. Red Dog is getting very close to Apophis as well. So we have a real wee battle going on here. Now, an observation that I'm taking on board here is that we've got 84% of the battery here. Ren Dog has only got 29%, so he is very vulnerable. And I think you're going to see Ren Dog getting himself into P5 and Aramas taking that P4 position off him. And let's see if Gavin Bass has got that right. Inevitable. Beautiful move into P4 as he now chases down the 3rd position of Apophis. So a nice little battle developing here for P3. Jay Webber and Mike still fighting. Mike's holding them off at the moment. Mike's having an outstanding race tonight. I must say, great race from Mike and great to have him on board. He put in the chat earlier, I think it was Mike, that he was sick, sore and tired of playing against AI, and he wants to come into a racing league and really have a bit of fun and join the community here that Rattlers provide. So a fantastic debut here for Mike in the 8th position. Dark Mark, our other guest tonight, is in P6, and he's just sightseeing. He'll be happy with P6 because I know Dark Mark will not have come in here tonight to try and push about and run the race. He's a respectable guy and he's done exactly what I thought he would do. Jay Webber. We've got a drag race. He's trying the inside move. He just about gets enough room and they are going to battle up to the line here. Let's hope this is not carnage. No carnage here. Taken into the left. Jay Webber's fighting Mike so hard. Jay Webber will be really enjoying this and he'll be really appreciating the effort from Mike tonight. This is a newcomer and he will be so welcome into this league because he's proving that he's a clean driver. That's what these lads want. They want a full grid full of like-minded people that can enjoy the race. And I think Mike's going to lose that position to Jay Webber here. Although he's only got 5%, so he's really, really relying on the DRS. But I think Jay Webber, or the Mike's got enough battery to stick that ERS in and defend, and he has done. Round the right-hander he goes. Lap 21. And look at Patterson. Patterson's right in there behind in P10. This has been a frantic little battle and one that's been very enjoyable and one I think these lads will want to watch back. We're on the final lap. I'm just going to run down these drivers. The final lap we have. And we're on with the Ferrari of the race leader at the moment and the race winner potentially. This is we. I've done commentary now 2 or 3 times for this league and we has certainly won a couple or 3 of them. So you're on board with one of the fastest guys in this league and he's proven it tonight in the Ferrari. A very, very, very dominant drive here and one deserving of his P. A little last-minute battle here, maybe. Jay Weber. I want to bring the leaders home, but let's see if you can do it up this hill. You're out of battery. Don't think it's going to happen. So I'm going to bring the leaders home. In P1, there you have your winner. You've got Wee. In second, you've got Titron Sigma in the McLaren. In third, you've got Apophis. He's still well out on track there. Aramas has had a real try against Apophis here. But again, another very, very difficult guy to pass on track. Round the final chicane he comes. And over the line in P3 comes Apophis, so he gets a podium. Aramas gets a fourth, and Rendog in the Alpine has gone into the pits. Garmin gets a P6. Over the start and finish he comes. Our guest this evening, the Dark Mark, comes over in P7. Lovely drive there, and there comes Mike. Looks like Mike and Jay Weber fighting it right to the line, and Mike gets P8 on his debut with Jay Weber 9th and Patterson in 10th. And now comes K-Man in the Mercedes, and here comes Regulator, giving us all a little wiggle over the line as he does. In 13th, we've got Cash in the Aston Martin. He had a bit of bad luck at the beginning of the race, and the second Aston Martin is driven by Uville. He's coming through the chicane now, and he's going to come over the line. P14. And Witty Cheetah, last but not least. Wow, wow, wow. A little bit of everything we had tonight. We had rain, with dry, with passing, with battles, with drag races. But there is your podium. He'll stick that cup right up there, and he'll be celebrating that win, and a very deserved one for him. And there you have the race winner, Wee 22 in the Ferrari. The Dark Mark gets the fastest lap. Driver of the day, the Dark Mark. The most overtakes, the Dark Mark. And the cleanest driver, Garmin 92. So I think that says a lot about those three guys. And Dark Mark obviously getting quite a lot of accolades there tonight for his nice performance here with the Rattlers League. There's your race director, and there are your incidents if anybody wants to. Mike, that was a great starting race for you, buddy, and I hope you enjoy watching the stream back and return next week, because you have proved yourself tonight. And in fact, I would nearly go one better than that and say that you were the driver of tonight. I'm going to award you with driver of the day because you've come into the league tonight. You didn't really know what to expect. You put on a really good show. You kept it clean. You didn't get in anybody's nerves. So well done. Driver of the day tonight goes to our newcomer, Mike. Special shout out again for Dark Mark, who's a good friend of mine, coming along tonight. And remember, he has a league on a Sunday night called TSD. Not sure if he's looking for drivers, but be sure to tune in. They've got a great commentator on a Sunday night called Mad Mark V55. If you take note of that, you can tune in and watch his races anytime. So, as always, a massive thank you to everybody who turned up tonight for the race. A massive thank you to Jay Weber for providing us with a brilliant platform and a community for us to race on a Tuesday night and have a bit of fun. And to all of his admin staff for working away behind the scenes to make this such an enjoyable league. Big hand to all of those guys, and please, please, please return each week and let's get this grid built up into a bunch of 2022 really clean, really attentive drivers. And I think we are on for a fabulous, fabulous league to look forward to going forward. On that note, I've got to say good night to everybody, and I wish you the very best and have a fantastic week ahead. Remember, you can subscribe to my channel through Amazon Prime if you're a customer, costs you nothing. And if you do hate the ads that much, you can chuck a few quid in if you want, but certainly not expected. I'm Gavin Bass 1. This is Tuesday night. This was live with the Rattlers League at Spa in Belgium, and what a race it was. Good night.
Gavin Bass one on the microphone. The energy is high, feel the vibe in the zone. Engines roar as the lights go down. Racers ready, it's a battle for the crown. Who will rise? Who will stand tall? On the top step, they'll answer the call. With hearts racing and spirits ignited, the champion's moment is finally sighted. Adrenaline pumping, the crowd is alive. Speeding through corners, they take the dive. Every lap counts, the stakes are set. In this game of skill, there's no room for regret. Listen closely, hear the engine scream. Chasing glory, living the dream. Battles unfold on the asphalt track. In pursuit of victory, there's no turning back. Feel the thrill as the tires grip tight. Under the stars, everything feels right. Each curve a story, each turn a chance. In this high-speed dance, we all advance. As the checkered flag waves, the night concludes. The champion shines in the spotlight's hues. With the roar of the fans, they take their bow. F1